Greetings, YouTube. I logged in to review a offer to see if there was one on this Saturday. Happy Saturday, by the way. This is the last video I'll be recording before making my about 2 week vacation. I say vacation because I'm always working even on vacation, but down to Texas. And there was no offer to review, but there is an update about a special 24-hour event that is coming into the contest. So let's talk about it. We are excited to inform you that from June 28th to June 29th, so that is in 2 days, Grandmaster featured hero crystals and Cavalier featured hero crystals will be cycled through the crystal vault. That's 48 crystals. These crystals have been randomized, so summoners are being asked to keep each other advised when crystals containing their favorite champions appear. Utilize the hashtag MCOC Vault on social media to alert other summoners which champions' crystals have been spotted. This would be so much more exciting if, one, the drop rates for these champions weren't less than 2% or 1%, depending on the crystal and the rarity. And then, two, if this wasn't right before July 4th weekend, because, of course, a week from today, we're already going to know, God willing, what the offers are going to be. By the way, I have recorded 2 separate videos before vacation that we'll post on my channel. The first is what July 4th sales looked like last year. And the second is my wish list for this year. And yes, I'll also be discussing the spring cleaning event along with it. So I've taken, about an hour to make those videos before I left. And they'll drop probably on the Wednesday and Thursday maybe of this week. Anyhow, so yes, we've got all the straight bangers from Apocalypse to Doctor Doom. Who can forget hunting for Jabari Panther in those crystals? Can't miss that, right? This is the biggest attempt and maybe one of the last attempts for Kabam to drain your units before July 4th weekend. Notice they say crystals will be rotating every hour and not repeating appearances. This is very frustrating to people if they are targeting, say, Apocalypse, and then they happen to be sleeping when the crystal appears. That can be very, very frustrating, and you don't want to have to lose or sacrifice sleep in order to hunt down the champion. But I cannot emphasize this enough. You're going to be wasting a lot of units that are going to be spent way more on things like 5 and 6-star Nexus crystals, class-based crystals, etc., versus these, which are just regular Grandmaster and featured Cavalier crystals. The other thing is, what would happen if Kabam said, for one day only, we're going to make these crystals 200 units instead of 300 for one day? How much more would they sell if they cut the price by 33%? If they said, we're going to go down to 200 units and we're going to tempt you to go for 5 or 6-star Apocalypse or Domino or Doctor Doom or Black Widow, Clairvoyant, etc., Captain America, Infinity War, Human Torch. That just makes the most sense to me. But as it stands right now, it's just not that tempting. Even if July 4th sales weren't included in the conversation, and of course they most certainly are. Keep in mind, those who become Cavalier will be able to access Grandmaster and Cavalier crystals. Because if you're Cavalier, you definitely want to hunt those Grandmasters. Becoming Cavalier during this limited window will grant you access to all crystals for those progressions. Keep an eye on the vault. Blah, blah, blah. It's also interesting and worth noting that, statistically speaking, we have seen in the past that it is much easier to get the featured champion when they are the sub-featured champion of the next crystal. So if you're hunting Apocalypse or Doctor Doom, for example, you don't want to hunt them in their own crystal. You want to hunt them when they're the sub-featured champion. But sometimes it can be confusing or forgetful to know who is the sub-featured champion in these featured Cavalier or featured Grandmaster crystals. So this is a scam. The drop rates are terrible. The prices are retail. And it is, by the time these come out on the 28th, it is less than 1 week until July 4th weekend. Remember, just like spring cleaning or cyber weekend, or even last year's July 4th, they are not going to appear on the day of July 4th. We expect that all the offers will appear starting on that Friday at noon of July 4th weekend. So, I mean, it's a pretty blatant attempt to steal your units, but it's not a very good one. I can't give, even if you're hunting the best champions in the game like Doom, I can't give this offer more than like a D- at best for the opportunity. You also see them bringing back some of these best champions more just daily sometimes. So if you're keeping an eye out, sometimes, it's just, you just find them anyway. if they lowered the price to 200 units, great. If they increase the drop rates even to 5%, much better. But as long as you're hunting for a 6-star that's less than 1%, or a 5-star that's less than 2%, and certainly a 5-star in the Grandmaster that's less than 1%, it's just a scam. It's just a scam to take your units. Don't let them. Say no. Say no, kids. Say no to these scams. Save your units for July 4th. This is one last desperate attempt. Let's not let it work.